Okay, Les Waller, my first Wednesday homebrew. Wednesday. I've got my water set up. It says to do 6 pints. Bring 6 pints of water, boil it, and add that to the malt. Oh, what are we doing here? Oh, fine. Okay, I've bought Munton's Gold 40-pint beer kit. Wow, that's backwards in there. I hope this works right. Okay, so Craig and Craig Tube says to heat up the water, and while we're waiting for the water to boil, we go and we sanitize. So we've got our warm water already in our bucket, and I'm going to add sanitizer. I'm going to add 4 tablespoons. It's 1 tablespoon per gallon of water, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh. Okay, I finished my sanitizing. I brought my fermenter here in the kitchen. I got the utensils here, the hydrometer, scissors sharpening the yeast, the stir, thermometer, and as you can see the water is almost boiling. So that's ready. So the next thing I need to do is put the 2 cans of malt in hot water to soften those up. And after I've done that, I'll talk a little bit about what I did with my first brew. Okay. Yeah, luckily for me, I kept some sanitizer in my secondary fermenter to keep it clean, so I don't have to make more of the sanitation stuff. So I almost forgot to sanitize the can opener. So I've got that sanitized. We got our fermenter set up. Our cans are in the water warming up. The water's boiled, so now we've got to let it cool a little bit because that's too hot. And so this brings me to this is my first batch was a London Porter. As you can see here, I got it from AIH. You know, it had the grains. It had 8-ounce brown, chocolate, and crystal 60. I had Fugels for aroma, Challenger for bittering. So whole 9 yards. And for my first brew, I didn't realize that's the hard way. I didn't realize we had these easier. We can just add we can just add a couple of malt extracts, add some hot water, stir it, and throw it in your fermenter. So one of the requirements for Homebrew Wednesday, as Craig would say, is to drink some beer. So, especially a homebrew. So I'm, even though we're having a tasting on, so let's see here. I have to turn this around. Okay. So I'll turn this around so I can see if we can set this up here better. Okay, so didn't really give it time to cool very much, so it's going to be a little warm. So I've primed this about a week and a half now. Oh, a little bit of a fizzle. Oh, we need a glass. How can you have a homebrew without the proper glass? Well, so that's foaming up nice. Now they say, you pour it and then you tip it. I'll let you be the judge of the quality of the head. Looks pretty clear from pouring it here. It looks pretty clear all the way through. So Cheers 17. Homemade, what more can you ask for? Alright, let's see how our water's going. Changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and do like the instructions say. I'm going to go ahead and put the malt into the fermenter first, and then pour in the hot water, which is no longer boiling, it's cooling off, and then stir it in the fermenter like that. Initially I was thinking maybe I'd just stir the malt into here and then pour this whole thing into there. Well, I still want to do that because I know, you know, on Craig tube, he's always adding oxygen to the fermenter. So the best way to do that would be to pour the cans into here, stir, dissolve, then from a height pour everything into the fermenter, and then add my water. Well, I guess adding my water is going to add plenty of oxygen too, isn't it? Decisions. Let me think about that. Okay, we'll go with their instructions. I pulled the cans out of the sink, and I can feel that the cans are nice and warm. So let's go ahead and do this. Lid off. Keep it on something that's sanitary. Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to open these while watching this, so pause. Okay, I took the boiled water and filled up the cans to help get the malt out of the cans, and poured them into the bucket. Now I got to stir until it's dissolved. It's thick. Okay, I'm at a little bit of a sticking point. It says to wait till the water's at 65 to 70 degrees. I'm at 80 degrees, so I've got to let it cool down some. So I've put the lid on it. The bucket is almost all the way to the top, because they say 5 imperial gallons, which is more than 5 US gallons. So I guess I'll have to go to my computer, enjoy my beer for a little while, and come back and see if the temperature's cooled down enough to add the yeast so we can seal it and get her going. Okay, so I think the house is a little too hot. Thermometer's like at 76 degrees. So I've opened a couple of windows because it's a lot cooler outside. I want to cool down the house, and then I'm going to move the fermenter into the coolest room in the house, because I think in the kitchen right now it's too hot as well. And after I've moved it, I'm going to go ahead and pitch the yeast and cross my fingers. Part of the process, a couple things I've learned. One, I didn't clean out the malt containers enough. There was still some malt in there. So I could have done a better job with that. I did take a hydrometer reading, and it's at 1.040, which shows up 5%. I kept a little cleaning solution in the secondary fermenter that I'll use on Sunday. I'll move it to that by keeping that in there, and then I covered up the lid, of course. That way I don't have to make more sanitizer. Come Sunday, it'll already be clean. What else? I guess that's about it. We'll see how this goes for Homebrew Wednesday. And probably take me a couple days to figure out how to edit this software and post it, but that's how it goes.